What's up everybody, it's Alexi, and today I'm gonna finally show you guys my workflow. So I'm gonna show you from the beginning till the end how I edit one of my photos. I just want to say that I use Adobe Lightroom to edit my photos and a combination of Adobe Photoshop. So I'd say probably 80-90% of my photos on Instagram are edited with Lightroom and Photoshop, not just one or the other. And this time I'm going to show you how I've edited this photo that I captured last week in Lapland. Why this photo? Well, probably because you're most interested in how I captured it and edited it, because I received a ton of love from you guys, so many comments and share, and I'm super thankful for that. But yeah, let's get into it. So how I edit my photos. This is a raw photo, obviously, so this is the unedited version of the photo. And I use probably, again, 80-90% of the time I will use presets on my photos, meaning that I'll apply a preset and then I'll do small tweaks to make it perfect before sending off into Photoshop to do the final touches. So you just got to remember that not all presets are perfectly compatible to a single photo. You always have to do a little bit tweaking as well after the preset has applied. But this is a horrible example because in my case, one of my presets happened to apply perfectly, and actually that's partially because it was made for a similar looking photo. So here are my presets, as you can see, and I'm gonna start off with this one Northern Lights preset. As you can see, this is actually pretty horrible. The tub is out of picture. It does a stupid perspective warp on it, and the colors are really bland. I'm out of focus, so we're not gonna use that one. Instead, we're gonna use Northern Lights 2. Now, this is really good. The colors are perfect here. We're visible in the tub. The steam out of the hot water looks pretty good right here. The only problem here is the sky. Now, it has nothing to do with the preset. It has everything to do with the sky. The Northern Lights weren't really kicking about as violently as I would have liked in this photo. Obviously I could tweak the colors a little bit here and there, but it's just not as strong as it was. But like any good photographer, you should take tons of photos from the same spot, especially if the Northern Lights are kicking about. So that's what we did. And I'm gonna use or show you guys this photo here. Now this is edited already. As you can see, the sky is super active. They're really kicking about, the winds here, the Northern Lights, if you will. But as you can see, I'm shaking, Linda's shaking, I have my camera in my hand, as you can see, or not camera, my phone taking the picture, overexposed. So I don't like this, but I like the sky. So we're gonna do a combination of this photo and this photo. My laptop is going crazy right now. I don't know why. Obviously, as soon as I start recording something, it wants to murder me and it's gonna overheat, but we're fine. Okay, so now the edit's pretty much done here on Lightroom. So now we're ready to take it to Photoshop. And how do you do that? You just right click, edit in, and then you do edit in Photoshop CC 2019, so it automatically goes into Photoshop. I did this with both this photo and the other one. So now we're in Photoshop, okay? The photos are both here, as you can see. So first of all, what I need to do is I need to do some corrections regarding this photo. We're gonna focus on this main photo. What I wanna do here is that I don't like the towels, obviously. I don't like the chimney of the tub because it was heated with wood to make the water hot. I need to take them out of the photo. There's a few ways you can do this. On Photoshop, you gotta remember, there's a few ways to do different things always. There's actually tons of ways to do one single thing on Photoshop. It's all about personal preference and the situation, meaning that, what kind of things you need to remove. One thing might work better for another photo than another way. So you just gotta kind of like be creative with it. And actually that's kind of my approach to Photoshop, or even editing itself, the whole grander scale. I don't really have a plan usually when I take a photo, what I'm gonna do with it. I will take tons of photos. I have ideas what I wanna do, but the whole fun part for me in editing comes from the unknown, meaning that until I sit down here and look at the photos and start editing, I don't really know what I'll be doing, whether I'll be like replacing objects, adding objects, color-wise and all that stuff. So I will not usually know what I'm doing with my photo until I sit down and start editing it. And for me, you know, it works and it kind of keeps my style fresh and unique in my opinion. But yeah, so back to this photo. Now we're gonna have to get rid of the chimney and the towel. Okay, I could try and do, you know, what's this tool called? I don't remember the tools. Spot healing brush. So basically you're just wiping it away and then it's gonna auto correct it to realize, you know, what it looks like. But you know, this is gonna take forever. It's not gonna look the cleanest. So what I'm gonna do here instead is gonna do Command T if you have a Mac, or Control T if you have a PC. Zoom out a bit, and we're gonna right click and warp it. So warping is you can actually stretch the photo from these dots here. So you can just kind of becomes elastic, the photo. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna just simply drag this out. As you can see, the towels start moving away from the photo because the photo is being stretched. I'm gonna do a little bit down here as well, not too much because I want to keep the tub kind of adjacent to this point as well, so it's perfectly aligned. So we're just gonna keep pulling. There you go. Towels are gone, and chimneys are gone. Let's zoom in to see a little bit better. Yep. So it looks pretty good right now. Okay, we'll do that. Sorry, this is gonna take forever because my computer wants to overheat right now, so things are gonna work 10 times slower, obviously. As you can see over here, the photo is actually cut off a bit. You can see over here, so I'm gonna need to do a little correction there to bring it back into the canvas. So next what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to this photo. So we want the sky only. So ideally what I wanna do is cut somewhere around here and grab the sky. So again, there's a few ways you can do this, but the best way in this situation is to get the marquee tool, the square one. If you don't have the square one, you right click and then just get the square one. And top of the photo, drag it down, hold it, and bring it to the other side. So I think that's pretty good. Right now it's Command C, so copy it, or Control C if you're on PC. Let's go back to the other photo, zoom out a bit, and Control V. Okay, there we go. We have it here, and we are now gonna have to, what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to align this top photo with the bottom photo, meaning that obviously the camera was in the exact same spot. It was just taking photos at a different time. So the trees are gonna have to align, as you can see here, this one too, because otherwise it's not gonna look good at all, and people will see an obvious Photoshop here. So what we're gonna do is that we're gonna make this photo larger. There we go. We'll bring it up here, align it with this tree. Once you get that one aligned, that one's gonna be aligned. This one, you don't need to worry about too much because there's a lot of darkness and stuff going on here, so it's not that important. I'm gonna make it one more time a bit bigger because the northern lights are really gonna pop out of the sky because they're gonna seem even larger than they actually are. So what we're gonna do now is click check mark. Okay, and Control T again to transform it, and we're gonna go to warp again. So simply now what we're just gonna do, like we did with the other photo, we're gonna stretch that out here. We're gonna just stretch it out. There you go. Zoom out and stretch it out. There you go. Okay, and you can see here there's obviously the chimney too. Now this one, you know, I mean, I'm gonna stretch it out obviously, but I'll show you another way what you can do. Again, the spot healing. I think for this part it might actually just work fine. Okay, no, it won't. See, that's why you don't want it. You never know. You never know. So this is a perfect example of when you just don't know. So you're gonna have to know a couple of different ways how to kind of fix the problem that's, you know, on hand. So Control T, let's go back to warping, and we're just gonna pull that chimney out of the photo. There we go. This should do the trick. Perfect. Right? So you can see the tree is still aligned. Bring it back just a tad because we don't want the tree twisting about too much. And there you go. Okay. So now you can see it's all aligned. Okay. So how are we gonna blend it in? Okay. So this is a super simple part. What you do is you select the top photo. You're gonna put a layer mask on it. Once you have a layer mask on it, you're gonna get a brush tool. Oh, let's click that. Brush tool. Okay. So what the brush tool is gonna do is I'm gonna brush away the top layer and it's gonna bring out the bottom photo. So I have it set to black right now. So that means it should work. And as you can see right here, and we're getting rid of that line. So what I wanna do here is that just do the dark bits here, 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 and let's see how it's gonna look like. So we're just gonna do here, bring a little light there. And then zoom out. Okay, I don't like that. We're gonna do that again. It's a little, I'm gonna start that again. It's not always perfect, so you can always go back and redo it. You know, just Control Z it. It should work fine. I think that looks pretty good. We can still do a little bit more, do the opacity so it's not gonna be as strong. That's because there's such a disparity between the colors here. I'm just gonna fix it a bit. And there you have it. Perfectly blended, 2 photos as you can see. So that's the final photo. Simple as that. Took me, well, it took me however long this video is. And if you guys want me to keep doing this, give me a comment, give me a shout out, whatever. I will keep asking you guys if you want me to do this in the future. Different photos require a different kind of editing, so I'm happy to keep showing these. Peace out, guys.